That fish took me to places I've never been to before.
Olhão in the Algarve is a really special place. Great to say that that's kind of my home spot now for big game angling in Portugal. Giant bluefin tuna off the coast of Algarve, is that real? Took my family down there for a holiday and we booked a few days to go out with Gerhard. First day I landed an 800-pound tuna, so I was like, wow, this place is really special. Olhão's a fishing port. It's known as Tuna Town, so there's a lot of history there as well. And we had a special holiday. It's really relaxed, and they have these suite of islands called the Rio Formosa Islands, where you feel like you're going to where maybe the Algarve was sort of 40, 50 years ago. So for me, it's a jewel of the crown for the Algarve for holidaying and also for catching monster bluefin.
This is going to be a completely different style of fishing for the tuna than we had in La Gomera. We've got all of the rods and we're fishing with lures this time. So we will get out of Olhão, which is behind us, and then we'll troll up and down the Algarve for the stretch from Olhão up to the Spanish border. And we just wait for the bite. So first up in the chair today, we've got Drew. With the giant bluefin tuna, you get 3 different stocks. Yeah. So you get the eastern stock, which is like Atlantic stock. So they go from Nova Scotia, Canada, over to the Nordics, down through the UK, and then they come into the Mediterranean and they spawn around the Balearics, and then they come back out again. So that's why July is the season in Algarve. So
this is them coming back out.
So they're coming back out, and then you've got the western stock, which is like Caribbean, Mexico, San Diego, sort of west coast of the USA. And then you've got the southern bluefin stock, which is like southern Australia, Tasmania, New Zealand, that kind of stretch. So the big fish usually get caught in Nova Scotia, La Gomera, which is where we went for our first couple of episodes. And actually here, like, you have a good chance of catching £1,000 plus, yeah. So whatever happens, if you catch today, you're going to catch your biggest fish by a country mile.
Oh, it's so special seeing a giant XXL model bluefin tuna jump straight out. You know, it's just amazing. I mean, but bluefin tuna, it's sight fishing, you're proper hunting, you've got the binoculars, you're waiting for shows. Whoa. But when you see one jump clear, you're like, oh my God, it is huge. And then there's a part of you that thinks, do I really want to hook that?
Unfortunately, it came off. But first bite very early on at 8 a.m, so it is looking good for today. Unlucky, Drew.
Let's go put on there. Yeah, exactly.
Let's go again.
First ever bite. Came in, got on the seat, and it's going well. Basically reeling it in. Started basically so we started going back out. Got it back in again, and then came. I thought it was coming really close to the boat, and a bit too good to be true, and it basically kind of come off. So about another 5 minutes of reeling in the line because it was quite far out. So yeah, no, unfortunately lost it, but it's a good start to the day, I guess, right?
What I found in the Algarve is when they're busting up and you're fishing with tunita lures, that's not a great sign. You know, usually the tunita lures, you get the blind strikes. If they're busting up, they're preoccupied with bait fish and they're not interested in plastics, right? So I think that's what we found on day one. You know, we were getting multiple hits.
Yeah.
See the reel.
Yeah.
Went, they must have spat the hook out.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm a superstitious guy, right? I just hate seeing bananas on the boat.
Someone put bananas on the boat.
And guess what? There was bananas on the boat that first day.
So we're gonna have to see these off, and our luck will change.
End of day one. No bueno. However, it was a brilliant day. A good friend of mine came today and he bought bananas on the boat, which is a massive faux pas in big game fishing. As superstition will tell you, bananas jinx your day, and look what happened, we went 0 for 3. So tomorrow, we're definitely catching. The goal for tomorrow is just to catch one that we can get up to the boat and we can see it. Morning, Franklin. Good to see you, my friend. We go again, day 2 today. We're going to change anything up today, or just same lures, work the same area?
Some adjust.
Yeah.
Some adjust.
Different colour lures?
I will bet more on mackerel.
Yeah, the mackerel colour got 2
Mackerel
yesterday,
colour,
didn't it? Yeah.
One big tuna must eat 1/4 of his own weight every day. One fish with 400 kilos must eat 100 kilos of fish, crustaceans, squid, all that. Everything that shows up, it's food. They are like the pigs from the sea.
Yeah, day 2 was super confident. When there's tuna around, at some point they're going to switch to the lures. I've done enough tuna fishing to know that every day is different. It was inevitable. All right, this is who we're competing against today, the commercial tuna fishing boat. So serious tuna boat there with big nets, going out to harvest their tuna quota. Predominantly the Algarve fishery is a tunita lure fishery. They like to lure fish there. What I found with fishing with tunita lures, sometimes a certain colour is on. Things aren't happening, then it's let's speed up, let's slow down, let's change a pattern, and then all of a sudden you'll find a pattern that works. And the lure of choice that got the mega bite was the mackerel match the hatch. Yeah, the tuna in Algarve just fight very, very hard. We're fishing for them in really shallow water, so when you hook one, it goes on searing runs, and I'm talking about almost spooling-y type runs where you're backing down, trying to get some line back pretty quickly.
Paid off. We wanted to get a second mackerel looking out on the right, and it ripped off. So far, it's still on. About 15 minutes later.
It's relentless, you know, it's back, forth, back, forth, back, forth.
That's why we love coming to the Algarve. The runs are insane, and they don't stop. Now I've got to try and win some line back.
They're quite technical fights in shallow water. They just mix it up a lot, you know. They're going out, they're coming in, they're then trying to find a buoy to turn, go and snag you. They're going deep, they're hanging low, then they're coming up, they're shaking their head, and they just do not give up in the Algarve.
Yes! We are into a giant bluefin tuna. Algarve.
It was a mad tuna. It was psychotic.
Algarve, baby!
It is the most technical fight I've ever had. It was just a war. A war. And that fish took me to a place I've never been before.
He's heading for the buoy. It's the second buoy he's come from. Do not cut us off at the buoy. Can't believe this tuna is still running.
It was probably only after, you know, a number of hours that I kind of just had a hunch that this could be the one.
This is a mad tuna. This is a mad tuna.
And then we saw it. Like, we saw it breach, and it was like, oh, God.
This is a nut tuna. Never fought tuna like this. Literally fighting like a marlin in the first 10 minutes, 5 minutes of a fight, and we're 2 hours in. Never seen anything like it. You saw it? Big, it is big. We're on to a big tuna. Could be 900, could be 800-900. I also think I'm going to be here for a good few hours yet.
You got to stay in the game, right? This fish, as I said, took me to places I've never been to before. This is the one. I got to get through this. I've got to get this fish in. It's a humongous challenge I'd set myself. And to the possibility of getting that first grounder away on the third trip, there was no way I was giving up.
We're here for the long haul. Mad tuna, this one. Get about 10-20 metres back, then it takes about 30. So I'm in a minus game at the moment. So this could be a bit of a battle. The key when you're in a long fight like this, potential long fight, is to save your energy.
After 3 hours, when I got it reasonably close to the boat, and then it just tore off like it was a fresh tuna on its first run. That nearly mentally broke me.
It's taking off again. You've seen the boat. I did another 15 minutes. Important to rest up at these times when you can't do anything. Just chill, grab a rest, and go again. Let the drag do the work. You guessing the weight yet?
More than 300, I guess.
More than 300?
I think so.
Oh, come on.
All right, just seen it breach. It's a big fish. It is a big fish.
Times when it breach near the boat can be a 400.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This could be 300-400 kilos. This is a big fish.
That's third buoy avoiding.
Oh, he got.
We got avoided one buoy, two buoys, and now the third. Hoping there's no more because that just adds a bit of stress to the situation.
When they see a buoy, they run for the rope of the buoy to pass the other side and try to cut the line, you know.
Stalemate. It's an utter stalemate now. I got a funny feeling we're only halfway through.
Yeah, it was after 3 or 4 hours. I just had to dig deep and find something. But it was touch and go. No one said this was going to be easy, right? Like, the real challenge is, can you hook these massive fish, like some of the biggest fish in the sea? Then, are you durable enough to actually land it?
As you can see, this tuna is mad. Everything I just said from him, well, not everything, but he's taking it back.
It's always a sign when they get close to the boat and they don't want any of them. Just freak out. I mean, that was literally just down there about 10 minutes ago, shaking its head like it was a palm eagle or a marlin just got hooked. Hey, this tuna has pulled every trick in the book. It really has. This is one of the best guys I've had in a long while. This is right up there.
And it's big, it's strong, it's crafty, but it's clearly very, very agile. This is the biggest bite I've ever had, longest bite I've ever had, and I've got to beat this tuna. It's not going to beat me.
Well, everything aches. My son, my youngest son, was with me, and he was at the top, and he saw it first pop up, and he went, "Oh my God, Grandad!" Is it? Is that? Could it? And then I saw the skipper and the deckhand were like, I mean, they knew it was like, it was the biggest fish they've ever seen in the Algarve. And then I knew it was the one. But I was knackered. I didn't know where I was. It was 7 hours. 7 hours. Just a range of emotions, right? But yeah, we kind of knew it was there. We knew it was over the mark.
The boys, concentrate. Yes! 500 kilos. Yes, we touched the leader.
Get in! Yes! This challenge is bang on. Going into marlin season this summer, it is hot, it's so hot. Stanley, you are my lucky charm, you are. Get in! 7 hours. And I've not just got a grander, I think I've smashed it. I've smashed it, like 1,100, possibly more. It is massive.
The truth is, he measured it and said it was well over 3 meters.
This is a 3 meters tape. I tried to measurement, but the tape it's not enough. I need more 30 centimeters, 35 centimeters. I put all the...
And I mean, it's like a barrel girth as well.
Yeah, put all the 3 meters, it was not enough.
Yeah.
Maybe more 35, 30 centimeters.
It was a special fish.
Best fishing experience of my life. 7 hours in a chair. We finally got it. Score in the doors. How many kilos?
500 kilos.
500.
It's a grander.
There's the saying that if you didn't weigh, you can't say. I understand that. But for me, I set this challenge for me. Obviously, I'm recording it. It's a big challenge to get some exposure for a startup fishing TV channel and sports fishing business. But it's also for my own pleasure, right? So primarily this is for my own pleasure. Primarily this is a challenge I wanted to set myself. I felt like I needed it for my fishing. I said at the start, if the skipper says it, it's good enough for me. I don't want to have to kill everything to string it up and, you know, just get that vindication. So, you know, if I have to say it was 999 plus, great. Let's just say that.
Is that like one of the biggest fish you've seen then?
Yeah.
Really?
It's my biggest tuna.
Today was a live fish. No question. Live fish. Like, well over the mark. I mean, you saw it, Jimmy. It was wild. It was psychotic. It took me 7 hours. It was wild. Probably won't catch a fish like that ever again.
We were trip 3 of the Against All Odds challenge. Day 2, we only went and landed, you know, the magical, grander, giant bluefin tuna. So you're kind of like, oh my God, could I achieve this? Like, and we still had 8 days to go. So then you're kind of thinking, well, how silly could this trip get?